Good morning and welcome to the 17th Annual Haiku Festival Awards Program. The number 17 is really significant in haiku, and at the end of the program, I'm going to ask what is the significance of the number 17? So hopefully you will be able to give me an answer. My name is Regina Harris Baiocchi. I'm the founder of Haiku Festival, and I think without further ado, we can get started. We will begin with our third and fourth grade winners, then move to fifth and sixth grade winners, seventh and eighth grade winners. We'll have a piano interlude from a ninth grader. We will have our Gwendolyn Brooks Award, our Founders Award. We will listen to our essay winners. We will ask Miss Alyssa Clark to talk about her cover art, and we'll hear another piano interlude, and we will present to the teachers. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Okay, make sure you're smiling when you're reading, because of course people will be able to see you and they will be able to hear the smile in your voice. Please welcome Jane Trout.
Hi, I'm Trout. I'm 10 years old. I go to St. Joseph at school and I'm in fourth grade. And this is my haiku. The horse of white snow galloped straight across the sky, shaking her white tail. The horse of white snow galloped straight across the sky, shaking her white tail.
Please welcome Lydia Hayes.
Hi, my name is Lydia Hayes. I am 9 years old. I'm in fourth grade at St. Joseph at School in Chicago, Illinois. My haiku is called Paris Dream. Berets surround me. Nights in Paris are magic. I feel like a queen. Berets surround me. Nights in Paris are magic. I feel like a queen.
Beautiful. You sound like a queen too. Just for the record, Jane Trout won first prize, so she will get $100. And Lydia Hayes is our runner-up, and she will get $25. And remember, everyone that you see on the screen, their haiku was chosen from more than 1,000 haiku. We usually get about 3,000 or 4,000 haiku in non-pandemic times. This year we got 1,023. So I think that's quite remarkable. Thank you both very much. Now we move to our fifth grade winners, beginning with our first place winner, Adrian Velasic.
Hello, my name is Adrian Velasic. I'm 11 years old. I'm in sixth grade at Josephine Locke Elementary School, Chicago. This is my poem. Leaves fall in the woods, crunching under my shoes, and peace awaits. Leaves fall in the woods, crunching under my shoes, and peace awaits.
Please welcome Adrian Neville. He comes to us from Las Vegas, Nevada. Adrian Neville, please.
My name is Adrian Neville. I'm 10 years old and I'm in the fifth grade. I go to Staten Elementary in Las Vegas, Nevada, and here's my poem. The hate is spreading. Listen for roars of marching as the past repeats. The hate is spreading. Listen for roars of marching as the past repeats.
Thank you very much, Adrian. And Adrian, two Adrians for fifth grade winners. Mr. Velasic will get a $100 award and Mr. Neville will get a $25 award. Now we'd like to take a musical break, and so I'd like to welcome Sarah Nijensen.
Hello, my name is Sarah Nijensen. I go to the Latin School of Chicago. I'm in ninth grade, I'm 14, and I'll be playing Chanson by Nancy Faber.
Thank you very much. That was Sarah Nijensen. Sarah mentioned that she is a student at the Latin School. She also is studying at Lakeshore Music Studio here in Chicago. So she actually is representing two schools today. Thanks again, Sarah. Now we move to our 7th and 8th grade winners. Please welcome Hugh Yu Ruin.
My name is Q Ron. I attend Haynes Elementary. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 7th grade. Playing on the slide, her smile showed pure ecstasy, but her eyes did not. Playing on the slide, her smile showed pure ecstasy, but her eyes did not.
We move now to our Gwendolyn Brooks Award. Please welcome Ting Yang.
Hi, my name is Ting Yang. I go to Haynes School. I'm in 6th grade and I'm 12. The title of my poem is Comets. Comets. Across the night sky, icy rocks fly past swiftly orbiting the sun. Across the night sky, icy rocks fly past swiftly orbiting the sun.
Thank you very much. Our Founders Award, the Gwendolyn Brooks Award, the poem that Ting just read, will receive a $50 prize. And of course, that is to honor Gwendolyn Brooks, who used to be the Poet Laureate of the state of Illinois, the late Miss Gwendolyn Brooks. And she is the reason that this whole festival exists, because when I was your age, actually about 7 years old, my mother took me to the Museum of Science and Industry because I had written a poem. And Miss Brooks had a program very similar to this, and I read my poem, and she opened her pocketbook and she gave each child some money, and that just meant so much to me. I don't even remember how much it was, but I remember I kept it forever, and I'm never ever going to spend this until I went to a candy store. You know what happened. But anyway, so Gwendolyn Brooks is the reason that we are here. Okay, and so now our Founders Award goes to Julia Rodriguez. Julia Rodriguez.
Hello, my name is Julia Rodriguez, and I just turned 10 years old. I'm in 4th grade, and my school is Chappell Elementary. And my poem is Lily pads dancing, frogs are singing melodies, the water ballet. Lily pads dancing, frogs are singing melodies, the water ballet.
Happy birthday, Julia. I see we have your age printed as 9, and since you just turned 10, we have to change that. So thank you very much. She will win the Founders Award, which also carries a $50 cash prize. Okay, now I turn to the cover art. Somewhere on your screen, in my upper right-hand corner, I see Alyssa Clark's artwork. So I'm going to ask Ms. Clark and her teacher to talk a little bit about the work. Ms. Solomon, would you like to go first?
All right, it's very simple. Natan is a Japanese design concept involving the play and placement of light and dark elements. They're placed side by side to create a composition. Very simple. An example of that would be yin yang. You've all seen the symbol. That's as easy as it gets. Okay, Alyssa.
Okay. What inspired me to do my artwork is landscapes, but since I've already done like trees, I did something that I would put in a landscape, like a sun and clouds.
Okay, thank you very much.
You want to expand on that? Come on, give us more, okay?
Well,
just muy.
Well, also what inspired me to do also like the sun and the clouds is because I really like doing like night and day type of things. So this time I chose like a morning theme.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Very profound. Oops, am I on? Yes. So the night and day plugs into the yin and yang. So you're even more profound than you realize. So yes. So Alyssa Clark will receive a $25 award, and then her design will be on our program for posterity. So again, I'll be happy to email everyone a copy of this as a PDF, and it will always reside on our website. Okay, so we go to our teachers. Rebecca Grover teaches at John Haynes Elementary School in Chinatown. Is Courtney Wilbers here? Courtney teaches at St. Monica Academy, and Miss Grover and Miss Wilbers tied for Teacher of the Year. Miss Grover, would you like to say a few words to us this morning?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mrs. Grover at Haynes Elementary. I'm very proud of Ting and QU for their awards. I'm also very proud of all of my students that submitted haikus. And I would like to thank Regina for the opportunity for these students to create a haiku and submit it and participate in this wonderful awards assembly and be acknowledged, because I don't think the arts are as acknowledged as sports and in our schools. But thank you, Regina. I thoroughly enjoyed all of the haikus this morning. Amazing talent, and keep writing. To my students and to all of you, just keep writing. Journal, write poems, write stories, and find your voice. And someday you will. I love your story, Regina, about meeting Gwendolyn Brooks. It's very, very touching. Hopefully next year we are in person, which would be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Grover. Rebecca Grover just said something that reminds me. You hear a lot about STEM, S-T-E-M, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and probably medicine. Is that right? Anyway, I'm an advocate, as most artists are, for STEAM, S-T-E-A-M, because it includes the arts. And I'm glad that Ms. Grover reminded us that the arts are often overlooked because sports may be more popular, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics may be more attractive. And I love mathematics. Math and music, as we know, are very, very related. So thank you very much, Ms. Grover. I appreciate those kind words. And one of the reasons that Ms. Grover was named Teacher of the Year award is not so much because of the numbers, because the numbers do weigh into it. In other words, she had so many students who participated, but sometimes at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, Ms. Grover was entering poems. And, that just shows you how, and all of these teachers can attest to it, even though the bell might ring at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, they're never not teaching. They're always in teacher mode. And I don't think enough people realize that. And, you see a lot of things. If you can read the sign, thank a teacher. And it's so true. We have so many things to be grateful for when it comes to our teachers. And I see one of our other teachers just joined us, Mindy Gonzalez. And your timing is perfect, Ms. Gonzalez. We were just going to talk about the School of the Year Award. Mindy Gonzalez, I think, is one of our teachers who has been with Haiku Festival all 17 years. And she and her team at her school, Josephine Locke Elementary, worked so hard. I think that one year we had all of the 4th through 8th grade students at Josephine Locke submitted a poem, and that is just absolutely remarkable. Mr. Ching, Andre Ching is from Las Vegas. Would you like to say a few words this morning, Mr. Ching?
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Mr. Ching. I teach at Staten Elementary, and I'm Adrian Neville's teacher this year. I just want to say I'm very, very proud of Adrian. He moved to us from Denver, Colorado, so I know that was a big change for him already. And then to come to our school, and he just blows everyone away. Like he participates every day. He's a great kid, straight A student, which was very tough this year. I didn't go easier on him this year, and he just goes above and beyond. I didn't even know he entered this competition. I just did haiku in the class to try and motivate my kids to do more writing. We do a lot of different type of writing assignments. And I didn't even know he had entered this competition. I mentioned it, that there was like a haiku competition that they could enter, but he went ahead and did it. And just so proud of him that he won. It's great. Good job, Adrian.
Thank you so much for mentioning and for teaching haiku. I see that Ms. Wilbers has joined us. Ms. Wilbers, would you like to say a few words? Is it too soon? Shall I come back to you?
Hi, I'm sorry. I have my little guy with me, so you'll hear some baby music in the background. But I think everybody's honestly said everything, especially what Rebecca said. I'm so proud of all of the students. These haikus were beautiful this morning. I'm actually really proud of my student, Maeve, who couldn't attend our Zoom call this morning. She had a prior commitment, but she did such an awesome job. She always has such beautiful writing. And again, thank you too, again, for the opportunity for these students to keep writing and to showcase it. My kids love when this like season comes around. They get all excited to share their poems and their writing. So thank you so much. Sorry, I'm out of breath running to get him.
That's okay. Well, thank you for all you do, for your students. And you and Ms. Grover share the Teacher of the Year award. And generally, if it's one person, you would get a $100 prize. And since you share it, you would get a $50 prize. So make sure that I have your mailing address and your release form so that I can send you your prize. Before we go back to Sarah Nijensen, I'd like to talk a little bit about, how we are able to do what we do. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that you don't see, and some of their names will be printed in this program that I'm going to send you. And they are the people who make sure that, we have the donations that we need. So we have Kathleen and Robert Egner, Karen and Daniel Livers, Jody Gandolfi, Doris Nichols Smith, Juanita Smith, Janice Miserel Mitchell, Carol Anderson Lewis, anonymous donors. We also have Rebecca Grober as a donor, and people from the city of Chicago, most notably Harold Washington Library, Beth Bruins, Amanda Eves, Mariella Colon, and Leland Mosley. And so I see that two of our donors are here. I hope they don't mind if I put them on the spot and they can say a few words to us this morning. Kathy and Bob Egner, would you like to say a few words to the kids and their parents and teachers?
Just wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this morning. Really inspirational hearing everyone's haiku, and a special shout out to the teachers in this remarkable pandemic for the beautiful work that they're doing in these challenging times. But thank you so much for hosting this virtually, and I hope we're all together next year live. Thank you for the wonderful work you do, Regina, in this wonderful mission.
Thanks, Kathy.
I second that.
Okay, Bob, after that long speech, I think you should stop talking. No. Okay, also, some really important people, because, I couldn't do this. The first year of Haiku Festival, we were at Carter G. Woodson Library on 95th and Halsted, and we received 75 poems. And I was silly enough to think that I could do this all myself. I read all 75 poems and I rated them and I put it, and I was like, oh God, I can't do this. I'm going to go crazy. And I was working, full time, and, I'm also a composer full time and writing poetry and this and that. And I was like, I need help. I need people who can actually do this for me. And so I solicited some judges, and some of them are here today. Marilyn Allen, would you like to say a few words about Haiku Festival and maybe read a haiku if you'd like?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I would just like to say thank you, and I am very proud to be a part of the Haiku Festival. I'm extremely proud of the children. It just warms my heart. I have no words, to be quite frank with you. You guys, all of you children who've entered, I'm so very proud of you, and I will echo what one of your teachers said. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Let no one silence your voice. Every voice in this universe deserves to be heard, and heard more than once. It deserves to be heard until it puts a dent in what's happening in our world. For what it's worth, that's my my advice to you. I would like to read a couple of haikus, actually. Generally, the judges read haiku that they wrote, and I want to read haiku that were submitted by other children that did not necessarily win a prize, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. This one is, and I don't know, of course, who the children are, but this comes from the the third and fourth grade group. and it's number 237. And the haiku is, city lights around, too bright to see shining stars, but I see the moon. And then the other one is number.
Excuse me, Mrs. Allen, number 237, and we numbered
Yes.
them because the judges won't be able to tell who they are. Number 237 was written by Liam Burke from St. Josephat. Would you read that one more time, please? Liam
Yes.
Burke from
Yes,
St.
yes.
Josephat.
City lights around, too bright to see shining stars, but I see the moon. And then the last one is also from the 3rd and 4th grade group, number 53, and it reads, whoosh, did that touch you? Hot, cold, cool, warm, dry feeling, invisible air. I'll read it once more. Whoosh, did that touch you? Hot, cold, cool, warm, dry feeling, invisible air. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Mrs. Allen. And that poem came from Shalia Crowder from St. Ethelrita's here in Chicago. Shalia Crowder from St. Ethelrita. Okay, I see a couple of more teachers have joined us, and I will get back to you in a moment. Dr. Wayne Allen Jones is one of our judges. Dr. Jones, would you like to say a few words?
In these days and times, it's a little hard to figure out what's a high experience versus a low experience because we're so low so much of the time. And I'm currently sort of been in a year-long quarantine in Lansing, Michigan. And I rarely see anybody. Fortunately, I have a dog recently that joined the household, so I've got somebody to pet and to interact with. But the Haiku Festival is always one of the real high points of my my whole year. The astonishing example of Regina and her work is just astonishing. It's just amazing. And the quality of work that's generated by this is also just stunning. And it's like, it tells you that poetry is something that belongs to people. Doesn't matter how old they are. It's just, it's their view of what makes sense to them. And that's a very powerful thing. And the poems that we get are really interesting revelations of where people's minds are, and the peak people who are the ones we're celebrating with the prizes and whatnot always. Sometimes, I say to myself, wow, I wish I could have written that. Yeah. And I also have to say something a little bit about the Japanese forms. While they're quite rigorous and simple in their things, they require you to really figure out the relationship between language and experience, because it compresses things down into such a distilled form that when you hit it, it makes a big punch. It's really quite powerful. And Regina and Michael and Renee, Michael Watson and Renee Moore are currently involved in another form of Japanese poetry called a renga. And a renga has a 5-syllable section that has a couplet at the beginning with 7 syllables in each line, and then a haiku follows. The first entry and we each take turns responding to the previous one that we get. The first one starts out with a haiku. The second one, the 2 lines at the beginning are responses to the previous one, and the haiku follows and carries on this theme. And so just to watch how the themes are, we've done this for quite a few months now, and it's been literally the high point of my experience in terms of just the communal opportunity that we have to make sense of our lives. And the Haiku Festival is another form of doing that.
So Wayne, if you want to read your Swahili poem, you may, but it really is for November. Whatever you want to read is fine.
Yeah, I'll just read the English version because although the Swahili version has a kind of melodic sound to it, it really is doesn't adhere to all the rules either, which is another interesting problem with Swahili as a language, because they have lots of very short syllables that comprise the words, and therefore a high density of syllables in the words that they have. So it's kind of constraining. Anyway, I'll read the one that I wrote in English. White skin peels when burned. Red blood spills and pools the same. Souls are clear like God's.
No, it's on now.
Were you going to read it twice?
Okay. White skin peels when burned. Red blood spills and pools the same.
I sent a link if you want to see it. But
Souls are clear like God's.
Thank you very much. We've had another teacher join us, and Mindy Gonzalez from Josephine Locke Elementary School has sent word to us that
hello, can you hear me?
she is not, that she's having audio problems. Excuse me, is this Julie Lovison talking?
This is Mindy Gonzalez.
Oh, Mindy Gonzalez, you got your audio back. Okay, Julie Lovison. By the way, I can hear you. Okay, Mindy Gonzalez, please say a few words to us.
I'm sorry, I don't have my video on. I'm in the car. I'm just coming from teaching another class. But I really wanted to say how excited I am to be able to participate in Haiku Fest every year. It's something that I look forward to, my students look forward to, the 7th grade teacher looks forward to as well. And we were really happy that during COVID that we were able to participate again, because we were kind of wondering if it would happen. So it has definitely been the highlight of the second semester. So thank you for including us. Since we have won in the past, the other teacher who I work with, we've talked about using the prize money to create our own poetry festival in the school as well, so that we can keep encouraging our students to create beautiful poetry. So thank you so much for including us.
Yay, thank you. That's a wonderful idea, Mindy, and thank you so much for tuning in while you're driving. I really appreciate that. Drive safely, and please don't forget to send me your mailing address and your release form.
Thank you, I will, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I want to make sure that we did not miss anyone. I see Julie Lovison is here. Are there any other teachers besides Ms. Lovison who joined us who didn't get a chance to speak? Okay, let me go back to the students that we did not hear from. Did Harper Horn sign in? Harper Horn? The essay writers, did Imran Imran, did she come in?
Did. She's here.
Hi.
Okay, where are you, Iman?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't see you, but I can hear you. Are you ready to read your essay, Iman?
Yeah.
Okay. Please start nice and slow, nice and loud.
Hi, my name is Imran, and I'm an 8th grader at the Avery Coonley School. On the last day of school before quarantine, I remember everyone cheering when teachers announced that we wouldn't go back for at least a couple of weeks. We rushed around, taking everything out of lockers, laughing at people finding month-old lunches hidden under piles of paper. Out of everyone, there was only one kid who huffed and angrily muttered, "Why is everyone happy? This isn't a good thing." Somehow, he knew what would happen before any of us. All that glitters isn't gold, and it wasn't long before we saw what this truly was, a messed up Twilight Zone episode in real life. The so-called break kept extending until we all wondered when it would ever end. I spent weekends stuffing myself with chocolate and burrowing into my hoodies. Friends stopped texting and calling, and I stopped trying to get their attention. I started feeling tired and sad no matter what I was doing. I've always been told that negativity sells, but I didn't want my writing to be affected by that. Even something that I've always enjoyed became a chore and a struggle. What could I even write about? Days turned into weeks of mindless, repetitive actions. There were still so many small things that helped. That quality family time so many kids speak of with sarcasm turned out to be the highlight of my entire year. Seeing my little brother navigate through online school, though slightly frustrating, was the most adorable confusion I've ever seen. At the end of the day, it was the love and support of people everywhere that helped us move forward from our struggles. As a society, we have let our busy lives come between us, but through this pandemic, we have all remembered how helpful a kind shoulder to lean on can be.
Simon, that was so beautiful. And I have to say this, I don't like to, for students to feel like they're being compared, but all of the judges voted unanimously for your essay because it's so well written. You're such a feeling person and a really sensitive soul. And I appreciate that you're able to express that in writing. And I hope you will continue to write. And for those of you who are on the Zoom, remember the name Imran. And when she comes out with her first book, you can go up to the book signing and say, I was on when you read your poem. And when Jane Will Trout has her first book signing, you can go up to her and say, hey, Jane, do you remember me? I was one of the other kids who read with you. My book's coming out next year. So when Adrian Neville and Lydia Hayes and Julia Rodriguez and Adrian Velasic and all of these students, QU Run, I'm going to slaughter your name, QU, I'm so sorry. When Ting Yang, when they all come out with their books of poetry, fiction and nonfiction, you can say, hey, I remember when you were one of the featured readers for the 17th Annual Haiku Festival. So thank you all very much. Did I hear that? I think Maeve's teacher told me that she's not going to be here, but I just want to say Maeve Brunel's name again. Is she here? Okay, so we did hear from Ms. Wilwers. Jenny Riley. Miss Riley, would you like to say a few words, please?
Sure. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I just kind of put it out there for our students. And like the other teacher, I didn't know Iman had submitted something to the contest. So I was super excited to get your phone call and hear how wonderful she did. And it's great that she put herself out there and her writing, and that the pandemic hasn't affected it in a negative way. In fact, it's encouraged her to continue to write. And so thank you for this opportunity to give to students. And next year, I hope to get more students from our school to participate like so many other teachers here have. So thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. And we always get kids from Avery Coonley. So of course we can always welcome more. Julie Lovison, would you like to say a few words before Sarah plays her second number?
Sure. This is a beautiful festival, and I'm so happy that to hear everyone's poems. And I think that the spoken word and music fit so well together. They're both expressions of the soul. And it would be nice for all the poets to think about what music might accompany their poems, and for musicians to always be thinking about what image or words would be, in your mind and in your eyes and in your soul when you're playing your piece. So let's make arts be the part that we look forward to every day, and a way to brighten the world every day. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you. And Ms. Lovison teaches at Lakeshore Music Studio here in Chicago, and the address and phone number are in the program that I'm sending you. Thank you very much, Ms. Lovison. I'm just going to go down the line to make sure I didn't miss anyone, and then we'll end our program with Sarah. Michelle Zamudio. Michelle, did you want to say anything?
Hi, I'm Adrian's grandfather, Gabe, and we're actually in New York right now, but we're from Denver, and like Adrian's teacher said, he made a move to Las Vegas, which is difficult in itself. And for him to be such a good student and then to come out with such a beautiful, timely haiku that talks about the times that we're in, we're very proud of him. So good job, Adrian.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Andre.
So now we welcome Sarah Nigerson again. She's going to perform composition by Catherine Rollin. And I don't know if you noticed, but both of her pieces are by women composers. Yay. Sarah?
Hi, my name is Sarah Nigenson. I go to the Latin School of Chicago. I'm in 9th grade. I'm 14, and I'll be playing Peanut Butter Rag by Catherine Rollin.
Thank you so very much, Sarah. So remember, if you're looking for piano lessons and you're in Chicago, you can contact Julie Levison. Anything else before we warm up or close up? Okay, thank you so very, very much. Okay, everyone, please unmute yourselves so we can give all of the winners a round of applause. So everyone, please unmute yourselves. Now's the time to be loud and clap and cheer and yay!
Bravo!
Yay!
Bravo, bravo! Way to go, guys!
Thank you so much to all of the poets. Thank you very much to the essayists. Thank you very much to the musicians. Thank you very much to the teachers, to the parents, and all supporters. Hopefully we can meet again in person at Harold Washington Library. Did I leave out anything? Did I forget anything? You all look so wonderful. I can't wait to see that screenshot. Thank you so much. And I'll hang out here for a second if anybody has a question. Otherwise, this concludes our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.